¿Qué pasa, chavales? ¿Cómo estáis? Bienvenidos de nuevo al canal, bienvenidos de nuevo aquí al History de Path of Destinies. Continuamos justamente donde lo habíamos dejado, con nuevas noticias que deciros. Ya por fin tengo un nuevo programa, ahora ya no tengo tantos problemas con la edición, solamente voy a tener que utilizar otro programa nuevo y ahora ya no voy a tener tanto lío, van a ser capturas que ya no van a tener problemas de cámara. Es cierto que ahora normalmente me solíais coger y ver un pelín más cerca, pero ahora vais a poder ver un poquito más amplio porque he cogido y he querido ampliar un poquito más el plano, que se pudiese ver mejor a 1080. El hecho es que, claro, si quiero un plano a 1080, pues claro, tengo que coger y tengo que ensanchar un poquito más la imagen. Pero también tengo la opción de que si quiero lo puedo hacer más pequeño. Así que si a vosotros os gusta que se me vea algo más pequeño, simplemente tenéis que coger, decirlo en los comentarios y ya está, no habría ningún problema. Lo siguiente, agradecer como siempre el hecho que os paséis por aquí por el canal, que disfrutéis y que lo paséis bien, que es lo más importante. Y estamos ya centrándonos en el juego, posiblemente la siguiente que juguemos sea la historia final. Porque ya tenemos las 4 verdades. Si no os acordáis, si no, os invito a que os paséis por los anteriores vídeos y lo veáis. Ya tenemos 4 verdades, así que ya sabemos por dónde tienen que ir los tiros. Es decir, tenemos, si lo queréis ver aquí, como veis tenemos 4 verdades ya. La de la Pino, la de Zenobia, la de la Piedra Ibis y la de el Sky Reaper. Obviamente, de las dos que se nos presenta al principio, de el Sky Reaper y de la Ibis, no la vamos a coger, tendremos que coger la historia de la Pino. Pero en la historia de la Pino había varias direcciones que podíamos coger y tomar, así que una de ellas nos cogerá y nos llevará. Cierto es que nos podíamos desgregar en la historia y dirigirnos hacia un lado o hacia el otro de la historia. Pero yo creo que en este episodio nos lo vamos a sacar. Si no, no pasa nada, lo intentaremos en el siguiente y veremos a ver si lo podemos sacar. Pero ahora vamos a volver al menú, vamos a iniciar una nueva aventura y vamos a ver si podemos llegar a esa historia final. La verdadera historia.
Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Bernardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely.
Nos envenenaríamos.
Also, a temple had risen
La
out of
piedra
empty
nos
desert.
poseería, así que
The
lo más
Iblis
liviano es
stone
la
was
Pino,
hidden
que
there.
es la primera.
It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Esa es diferente, ¿eh? En las anteriores no salía, así que nos está diciendo por dónde tenemos que ir, así que esta es la decisión que tenemos que tomar.
Renato finally realized that Lapino was a traitor to the cause, and maybe Renato could use that somehow.
Oh, perfecto.
Renato couldn't quite put his paw on when he'd realized Lapino was working for the Empire. He'd never exactly seen Lapino sending coded messages to the palace, but he was sure. The rabbit had been on too many disastrous missions where he was the only survivor, or where he accidentally missed getting on the boat that went down to the abyss in flames. If Renato could prevent Lapino from getting back to the fleet with all the intelligence he'd probably gathered, it might be worth the trip.
Interesante, ¿eh? Una vez que ya hemos desbloqueado todas las historias, ahora ya nos dice por dónde es, o sea, ya nos lo indica. Interesante, muy interesante. Vale, pues ahora vamos a coger, lo dicho, vamos a dirigirnos a realizar esta misión. No sé exactamente dónde, serán 5 capítulos, así que lo más seguro es que lo coja y lo grabe todo. Cierto es, han cambiado muchísimas cosas, pero lo que no ha cambiado es nuestro querido cronómetro. Mientras tanto, Gracias, querido cronómetro, gracias.
How had they come to this? They'd been on so many adventures together. Lapino had talked Renato out of prison at least 4 times, and Renato had rescued Lapino from at least 2 lynch mobs.
Encuentra al traidor de Lapino.
This chest contained blank passports from 15 countries. And something useful.
Wow.
But he'd always felt that the rabbit resented him. Lapino was hilarious because he was so down on himself and everyone else. But behind the laughs, he wasn't a happy camper. Ooh, was this payback? Or did the Empire have his little white tail in a vice?
¿Quién sabe? ¿Quién sabe por qué motivo se mueve a la traición? Lapino. Se ha quedado bugueado. Alucinad. Se ha quedado bugueado. Vale, chavales, disculpad, he tenido que volver otra vez a coger y reiniciar el juego y volverlo a poner. La verdad, la primera vez, como podéis ver, y a ver, espero, a ver, me imagino que habréis visto todas las series, habéis llegado a este vídeo. La primera vez que coge y le ocurre este bug.
Shiny, smooth, curved.
Voy a dejar de coger y de cortar objetos.
Kind of smelled, you know what? Leather. Yes, there was also ore and other useful stuff. Let's focus on that, shall we?
Wow. Con el pedazo combo que me había hecho antes. El pedazo de combo que me había hecho antes y ahora esto.
Resented him. Lapino was hilarious because he was so down on himself and everyone else. Behind the
no me fío ya,
He wasn't a happy camper. Ooh, was this payback? Or did the
Empire
have his little white tail in a vice?
¿Dónde va? Espérate. A ver si vuelve a buguear. Sí, sí, es que ahí se buguea. Vale, manzana. Perfecto.
Sleep tight, thought Renato.
Oh, manzanas, bien, ahí. Vale, por ahí se suponía que había una de las puertas. Y aquí el cofre. Bien. No hace falta ni que use la magia. Aquí está una de las puertas.
Ravens were landing everywhere from dropships. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, the rabbit would give the Empire all the intelligence he'd been stealing from the rebellion, and they'd probably give him a medal. He'd have to be very careful about how he played Lapino. At the slightest hint of danger, the mad rabbit would take off like a
Como que-
rabbit.
Correcto. Vale.
There was still no sign of Lupino. Not a hair, not a pellet. Was he hiding in the cemetery further down the road? That didn't seem like him.
Vale, vamos a seguir por aquí. Tenemos algo aquí. Debe ser algún punto, vale. No. Sí.
This was way better than being able to shrink down to the size of
Tengo
an
otros
ant.
2 puntos, ¿verdad?
What was that all about, anyway?
Y ahora podemos atravesar a los del escudo. Perfecto. Cierto que nos había dado la historia de 3 puntos. Ah. Wow.
Where he could find a snack. He was feeling a bit peckish.
Vale, ahora la parte
Lupino would
serio.
betray him. The call was dangerous. Now, Renato had a fleeting idea that the two ideas went together somehow.
Vale.
And then it was gone again. Ah, damn ideas. They never stuck around when you needed them.
Como veis, ya al saber las verdades, pues ya directamente todos los comentarios, pues...
Had that door been opened before?
Y ya estos cofres, obviamente, de tantas veces que los hemos abierto, pues... Ya... Nos da... Por si acaso no me voy a dar más a cajas. Así que... Vale, aquí está la Pino.
Bloody and exhausted, Renato finally reached Lupino. The rabbit was practicing shuffling his favorite deck. Now that he knew what the rabbit was, there were a few things about him that Renato didn't find so amusing anymore. You sent me an urgent message saying that you're in danger. Oh, I am. The ravens are coming. Now, I got a clever plan to kidnap Zenobia. Renato wanted to clap shackles on the rabbit and shout, "You're a traitor, and I'm not falling for it." But if there was one thing Renato was sure of, it was that the core of the Sky River was dangerous mostly to its user. If he could put it in the Emperor's hands, old Isengrim III might blow himself and his fleet up with it. Yes, that was it.
No. Vamos a ir a por la Pino. Denuncia al traidor.
Me? A traitor? I'm hurt, said Lupino. Why ever would you say that? We found your code book, said Renato. They hadn't, but he hoped Lupino would blow his cover. You got me, said Lupino. And you know what? I don't regret a thing.
Es que lo de la piedra
It's
no
always
hacía
about
falta.
you, isn't it? You're the pretty hero. You get the girl, you get the medal, and what do I get? Rabbit food. I thought you liked rabbit food. Go to hell, said Lupino, and he made a gesture. And 20 ravens came out of nowhere and stabbed Renato to
¿Qué
death.
dices?
He had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
Alá, chaval. Alá, chaval. Alá, chaval. Flipante. Ja. Flipante. Ahora mismo flipando, pero en colores.
How had they come to this? They'd been on so many adventures together. Lapino had talked Renato out of prison at least 4 times, and Renato had rescued Lapino from at least 2 lynch mobs. I pick you!
Joder, con este, tío, es que es súper rápido.
He'd always felt that the rabbit resented him.
Vale, o sea, voy a tener que coger el otro camino sí o sí. Vale, pues me ayuda a descubrir la verdad. Vale, vamos a pasar y vamos a dirigirnos directamente ahí. Bueno, voy a abrir los cofres que me dan fruta para recuperar vida. Flipante. Flipante. Ostras, esta no la he visto.
What was behind that door? Renato's nose told him there was treasure there. They must have forgotten it in a hurry. Surely they wouldn't mind if he helped himself to it. After all, they wouldn't even
Claro,
know.
tengo ya todas las piedras subidas al máximo, entonces da igual. Esto está bloqueado. Vale, a través de esto sí que me acuerdo que podemos coger y pasar, es otro camino. Vale, pues entonces vamos a tener que dirigirnos por el otro lado. Por aquí, por aquí, por aquí. Cuervecitos. Vale.
Ravens were landing everywhere from dropships. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, the
Buena
rabbit
cagada ahí,
would give the
pero bueno,
Empire
por lo
all the
menos sabemos qué
intelligence
es lo
he'd
que
been
pasa.
stealing from the rebellion, and they'd probably give him a medal. He'd have to be very careful about how he played Lapino. At the slightest hint of danger, the mad rabbit would take off like a rabbit.
Madre mía, qué rápido es, por Dios. Vamos a ir a por él. Venga.
Bloody and exhausted,
Vamos a
Renato
hacer la
finally
otra.
reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing shuffling his favorite deck. Now that he knew what... Oh, I am. The ravens are coming. Now, I got a clever plan to kidnap Zenobia. Renato wanted to clap shackles on the rabbit and shout, "You're a traitor, and I'm not falling for it."
Ya
But
sabemos
if
qué
there
es
was
lo que
one
pasa,
thing
entonces
Renato
vamos a
was
coger la
sure
otra.
of, it was that the core of the Sky Ripper was dangerous mostly to its user. If he could put it in the Emperor's hands, old Isengrim III might blow himself and his fleet up with it. Yes, that was it.
Vale, sabemos que con esa... Pero vamos a coger, vamos a hacer esto.
Renato felt like a real hero, brave and smart. He told the rabbit all about the Sky Ripper's God's Eye core. "I'll go get the core while you attack Zenobia," he told the rabbit. "Wait, I've an even better idea. I'll get the core and you attack Zenobia," said the rabbit. "Right, yeah, that is better," agreed Renato. Perfect. The traitor would make sure the Emperor got the core. Now Renato just needed the Emperor to use the core. If he could only get something that the Emperor wanted very badly. Zenobia. He could save her and bait the Emperor at the same time.
Vale. Bien. Bien, 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 bien.
Right. Now, all Renato had to do was fight his way through Zenobia's invading troops, sneak onto her ship and into her bedroom, and kidnap her without any of her desperate guards alerting her. Then, he would rely on her love for him to convince her how evil her father was, so she'd run away with him instead of going back to her father, who was going to blow himself up. It did sound a little risky. But Renato had a feeling it would work out somehow.
Vale.
It always did.
Convence a Zenobia para cambiar de bando. Ven aquí. Jolín, vale. Madre mía, espérate, que a lo mejor aquí hay... Sí, frota. Bueno, pues entonces nuestra siguiente misión: dirigirnos donde está Zenobia, convencerla. Y ya está. No podemos hacer otra cosa. Y hacer que huya con nosotros. Wow, cómo se está dirigiendo la historia por donde tiene que ir. Mola, mola.
Sexy. How do you guys fix for life insurance?
Wow. Eso sí que es pelear. Vale.
So that's what they meant by a firewall. What unlocks a firewall?
Vale. Usamos esto. Podemos bajar por aquí, por las cloacas. Llegamos justamente donde nos encontraríamos con la Pino. Disculpad. El programa. Vale. Vale. Con esto vamos al cofre.
Once, Renato had been to a dungeon where all the chests were locked. It was awful.
Disculpad lo del programa de captura, pero es que... Bueno.
Renato was halfway to Zenobia's encampment when Lapino showed up. He was disheveled and distraught. They jumped us. I barely got away. Oh, they got the core. Oh, it was all going according to plan, thought Renato. Now he just needed Zenobia on his side. Yes, that was even better. The Iblis Stone. Zenobia could get it. And then the Emperor would have to pursue them. Wait, no. The gem would corrupt anyone, even her. That's it, he thought. Even Lapino. Even though Lapino was already a traitor. It would turn him against his secret master, the Emperor. He would try to make himself Emperor. And the Emperor would have to defend himself
Con el núcleo.
with the core. Boom. He was a super genius.
Enviar a Zenobia por la piedra de Ibis. No, enviar a la Pina por la piedra de Ibis.
This is terrible, Renato told the rabbit. If only I had gone for the Iblis Stone. But now it's lost in enemy territory. He handed Lapino a map. It gives the bearer so much power. We can only hope the Emperor never finds it. What was that? Said Lupino. I think someone's following us. I didn't hear anything. Rabbit ears. You go on ahead. I'll check it out. And with that, Lupino hopped off with the map.
Perfecto. Lapino ha caído en la trampa. Lapino ha caído, pero vamos, de lleno.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. She was curled up on her bed. He'd forgotten how beautiful she was, how sleek, how soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She was made of smoke, and he noticed he had a very solid blade to his throat. Did you really think you could capture me? Heard a familiar voice. I just wanted to chat, said Renato. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? He needs a sacrifice, someone who truly loves him, to make a bargain with the lost gods. That's a vicious lie. He wants to bring them back. That's crazy. Why would anyone... They could make him immortal. An eater of souls. And with that, her eyes widened.
Qué rápido va la historia, va enfocada,
Renato told her how he had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred, how he had slept in a burnt village. At midnight, the Emperor's victims had come to him in his dreams to tell him of the hideous eldritch rituals they'd been sacrificed in. He could still see those kittens and puppies, their wide, sad eyes, their moist noses. You can't prove that. I've got a witness. At the observatory.
Y ahora nos vamos para allá. Bien. La historia ahora sí que va bien. Hemos tenido un fallo al decir a Lapino que directamente él es un traidor, nos ha matado. Hemos descubierto su tapadera, pero ahora no. Él sigue creyendo que todavía es nuestro amigo. Le hemos enviado por la piedra
He couldn't tell her,
Iris, así que no.
not yet, why he was really here.
Sobre su
He
papi.
didn't want her to be anywhere near the fleet when her father blew himself and Lupino up. So he told her about how the Emperor's obscene rituals had raised ancient artifacts out of the land. How he'd followed the appalling trail of the hideous horrors His Majesty had perpetrated for the sake of his own immortality. Any of this ring a bell? He said. He told me it was all lies. You've always known when I was lying. I always hated that about you, said Renato.
Cierto.
The rebellion had started after
luego.
atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them.
Vamos a seguir porque tenemos vida. Seguimos por aquí. Creo que ese camino ya me lo conozco. Vamos a ir directamente a por la historia. Seguimos subiendo. Seguimos. Abrimos la puerta. Enfrentamiento. Ya no tenemos más que conocido. Vale. A ver. placa. Todos muertos. Vamos a recuperar la vida. Vale.
Don't you think I'd know if my father started practicing black magic?
Vale.
Why? Would you join in? No. I'd destroy his books and I'd... Oh, God. Okay, you're not completely wrong. They've resurrected one of his victims. Well, look, I mean, look, it's not exactly alive, but it can talk. A true witness, she said.
Vale. Sigamos. Nosotros seguimos con la historia.
This was definitely better than pulling yourself up in a bucket.
Se me olvida siempre el plataformeo que tiene aquí, que es que tarda un siglo. Vale. Vale.
Magical energy balls, immune to the laws of gravity.
Ahora. No. Uf. Ahora. Vale. Ahora ya estáis todos. Y fuera. Recuperamos vida gracias a la gema que tenemos. Recuperamos más vida. Avanzamos. Y vamos allá. Capítulo 3. Nos queda el 4 y el 5, que son las naves. Así que a ver cómo se desarrolla esto. Obviamente está destrozado este sitio. Entonces ella se da cuenta de verdad de cómo su padre.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had taken special care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared at the carnage. He didn't want me to hear the witness, did he? I guess not. What's your plan? She asked. So, Renato explained his brilliant gambit. Sending Lapino to get the Iblis Stone, become super powerful and corrupted, provoke the Emperor into using the core against him, thus blowing up both of them, and hopefully the fleet too. Let me visit your council, she said, shaken. I want to help. Could he really trust her?
Nunca hemos hecho esto. Siempre hemos ido a la base. Esta vez no vamos a ir.
She said she had an errand to run, so they met up sometime later in the mountains. She seemed different. It seemed she'd gone and knocked Lapino out with drowsy gas and taken the Iblis Stone from him. Whoa, what? No, that wasn't a plan. I know. Your plan was terrible. Now where's the council? Couldn't we just go somewhere? Quiet, Talk this over? You lying son of a bitch. They're not here. The sword was bloody. I told you the truth. Well, mostly. I'm going to kill my father now. But first, I'm going to kill you. And that is exactly what she did.
Ostras, chaval.
He tried something bold and paid the price for it.
Buah. Vale, hay que confiar en ella. Hay que confiar en ella. Vale, pues entonces vamos a hacer lo mismo de antes. Vamos a tener que reiniciar el capítulo 3. Vamos a decirle dónde está la... De verdad, dónde va a estar la piedra. Pero había noqueado a la Pino con gas. Alucina. Vale, pues nada. Repetimos misión y ahora...
He couldn't tell her. Not yet.
Vamos a ver la siguiente toma de
the fleet when her father blew himself and Pino up. So he told her about how the Emperor's obscene rituals had raised ancient artifacts out of the land. Sorry, mustache, thought Renato. The rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them. Sometimes, all you know is what you know. You know? Coming back to him. He wondered what he'd remember next. Don't you think I'd know if my father started practicing black magic? Why? This would be the perfect place for a tic-tac-toe board. Who kept these things loaded anyway? actually.
Bien, pues he vuelto a volver a hacer toda la mazmorra y ahora ya estamos aquí. Vas a tener que otra vez volver a pasar otra vez esto.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers
Vamos a ver si
everywhere.
dejaba saltarlo.
The Ravens had taken special care to burn the reanimated.
Vale.
So, Renato explained his brilliant gambit. Sending Lapino to get the Iblis stone, become super powerful and corrupted, provoke the Emperor into using the core
Ya sabemos
against
que
him,
diciéndole
thus
que no es
blowing
esa
up
base
both of
rebelde,
them
ahora
and
tenemos que decirle que
hopefully
sí.
the fleet too. Let me visit your council, she said, shaken. I want to help. Could he really trust her?
El hecho es porque hemos dado, pero ahora no vamos a dudar.
He'd done it. He'd made Zenobia see how evil her father really was.
Bien,
He
hemos
wished
tomado la decisión
she didn't
correcta.
feel this urge to join in the rebellion. After all, he'd taken care of the Emperor, right? Yeah, but she'd always been conscientious like that. She told him she had to go somewhere first. So Renato gave her the location of the secret base and they agreed to meet in the ruins. He had a very good feeling about this.
Vale. Perfecto. Vale, ahora sí que se está dirigiendo bien. O sea, lo mismo que nos ha pasado antes con Lapino, ahora nos ha pasado con Zenobia. Pero bueno. El plan va viento en popa. Capítulo 4, seguimos, hacemos y luego ya nos vamos a tener que ir a las naves. Algo va a pasar ahora que nos vamos a
What
tener
had
que ir a las
Zenobia
naves.
gone off to do? What was more important than meeting the rebel council? Had he made a mistake, sending her to the ruins? No. He knew they could trust each other. He could trust her because she never broke her word. And she could trust
Pero ha
him
conseguido la
because
piedra
she could see
Iblis.
right through him. Well, she'd probably be there well before him. She at least didn't have to fight her way through rainstorms of ravens.
Vale. Voy a subir la vida. Seguimos por aquí.
Have you heard? Goth is over.
Perfecto. Sigamos. Vamos a ir directos a la misión. Lo que pasa es que el cuarto capítulo es muy largo porque tenemos que ir pasando por muchísimas zonas. Es muy largo. Ahora tenemos aquí enfrentamiento, si mal no recuerdo. Correcto. Vale, ya está. Y seguimos por aquí. Pelea. Ya está.
As he came around the bend, there was Lapino, unconscious on the side of the path. And Renato could smell a familiar, sweet, smoky scent. Who? Zenobia. It had to be. She never used a combat spell when she could use drowsy gas. That meant she had the Iblis stone. What would it do to her? She hated her father now. She'd kill him for sure. The council wouldn't mind if she killed the Emperor, but murdering her father would destroy her. He had to get to whatever ledge she was on and talk her down from it.
Vale, pues ya sabemos, así es como tenemos que enterarnos. Porque nuestro personaje no tiene que morir. Vale, esta parte era un pelín complicada.
You blinked.
Vale. Ya está. Equilicua. Recuperamos vida. Ya. No quería eso, lo que quería era esto. Recuperar vida.
The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good. If only he had some way to break the ice. Or convince it he was afraid.
Wow, 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 wow. Venga. Vale. Se abren las puertas. Pasamos dentro. Y hemos llegado a la base secreta. Vale. Zenobia ha robado la piedra Iblis. Vamos a ver qué pasa. Continuamos la historia. Uf, a ver.
Everyone in the council chamber was dead. Zenobia stood shivering in the courtyard, drenched in blood. Why? He managed. They started arguing with me. I lost my temper and I wanted their blood. Not me. The stone did. Why did you take it from Lupino? I had a plan. You had a stupid plan, she said. I'm going to go kill my father now. No, you can't. You'll just take his place. You'll become worse than him. Get out of my way, or I'll kill you too.
Obviamente vamos a tener que coger y vamos a tener que hacer esto porque si no, Zenobia nos mata. Es decir, tratar de detenerla probablemente sería mortal. Así que a lo mejor dejarla ir y ver cómo suceden las cosas. Esta no la hemos hecho nunca antes.
You won't kill me, he said. And I won't let you kill the Emperor. Enraged, she raised the sword. You hate him too? He could sense the Iblastone, yearning for his death. But she didn't strike. If you kill him, he'll destroy you. I know you. Shut up! She shouted, her sword trembling. I won't lose you again. Not for anything. Get away from me, he said, and he was very close. I can't lose you again. And he was in reach of her sword now. I hate him! I hate you too! I love you, he said for the very first time. And then she was weeping. He was holding her. The sword had dropped from her hand. He glanced at the Iblastone. It was no longer the black of the void. It looked like coal. No. It glowed, like a cinder. It was crackling, burning, crumbling into ashes. You've always loved me, haven't you? She said. She was weak. The stone had taken so much from her. Always, he said. She staggered as he helped her up. Let me take you away. Where? The island of Avellone. The sisters will heal you. He'll follow us. Then we need the Farfarer, the fastest ship in the Empire.
Vale, se está encaminando, se está encaminando. Lo bueno que tiene es que el emperador tiene el Sky Reaper, así que morirá envenenado. Eso es lo bueno. Y nosotros hemos salvado a nuestra chica. Bien, 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 bien.
The Empire had seized his ship. They'd have to take it back.
Avellone. Y ahora a huir con ella. Vamos a hacerlo rápido. Vamos a ir pues a tajito. Llega al Farfair. Vale. Vale.
Renato had a feeling that was the back door to something. But what?
Vamos a recuperar. Vale. Venga, siguiente. Ya. Vale, ahora vendrá la nave chiquitina. Vale. Ahora usamos el transporte este.
And there it was, his beautiful skycraft, the Farfarer. They would fare very far indeed, beyond the Empire, beyond the reach of the Empire, to the mystical island of Avellone. He didn't know exactly where it was, but he knew he could find it. And they would find peace there. Second star on the right, and straight on till morning, laughed Zenobia. And they laughed together for the first time in a long time.
Bien. Ahí está. Vamos a coger la espada. O sea, el cofre. Venga. Taxi. Por favor. Ahí estamos. Vale, aquí ahora va a haber una batalla, como siempre. La batalla toca huevos, como ya está. Mejor que las anteriores, pero sin lugar a dudas. Vale, vamos aquí. Otra batalla. Luego bajamos abajo cañones.
The sign said.
Vale, ya los tenemos. Venga, venid. Estáis tocando la bola. Vale. Vale, los cañones. 1 2 3 y fuera. Vale, este es un camino diferente. Aquí tomamos un camino muy diferente. Llegamos a esta nave y aquí va a haber enfrentamiento. Joder, una batalla. No. Wow. Wow, qué batalla final. Esto sí que es la batalla final. ¿Dónde vas? No. Wow. Uf, vamos. Sí.
But they did not go unnoticed.
Un héroe de verdad.
Scout ships lifted off, and the long lance of the Imperial flagship. Bernardo turned downwind to gain speed. The Raven ships could pursue, but they couldn't close. The Far Speaker croaked, "You return her and live! Go sacrifice yourself," yelled Bernardo. "Then you won't have her either." On the flagship, the Emperor was readying some arcane weapon. It couldn't be.
Ostras, chaval.
It was the core. A devastating beam lanced out of the flagship. Bernardo zigzagged wildly to keep the Farfair out of it. Now the Raven scout ships were closing the distance, and the beam was getting closer too.
Yes.
Then came a blinding flash, and the air was searingly hot all around him. There was a thunderous, deafening roar. He could smell burnt oak and burnt feathers and burnt flesh.
Yes.
But when he could hear and see again, they were alive and unhurt. And they were
Claro,
alone
por el
in the
rayo.
sky.
Hizo el agujero negro y
Zenobia
desapareció.
embraced him. They had done it. Through luck and through love, they had won the war.
Sí.
"Avellone, here we come," he said as he held her arms wide in the prow of the boat and let her feel its speed. "Maybe the real Avellone is wherever we're together," she said. And so, after a bit of an argument, Bernardo and Zenobia went to one of the two Avallones. The one shrouded in mists, or the one in their hearts. But which one they went to, I'll never tell. He'd done it. He'd forged his own destiny. Well, he hadn't actually done it. But he knew what he would do. Bernardo smiled at the book. He practically wanted to kiss it. The kid's sacrifice hadn't been in vain. He'd saved the book and saved the world. Bernardo owed him and his mother so much. Bernardo lowered the mainsail and let the Farfarer shoot forward in the breeze. Second star to the right, and straight on till morning. This time, he would win.
Increíble. Increíble la historia. Pues bueno, chavales, aquí termina este Histories de Path of Destiny. La verdad, muy divertido, una historia muy buena. Y cómo se ha ido complicando cada vez más el juego. Esa batalla final no la recordaba tan... decirlo, tantos enemigos no nos hemos llegado a enfrentar en una de las anteriores historias buscando las verdades, pero ha estado increíble. La historia está muy bien, tiene un humor muy bueno, y la verdad, los personajes, cada uno tiene su matiz y la verdad que son muy divertidos. La verdad, animo al que quiera, este juego se lo puede bajar, disfrutarlo en cualquier dispositivo, ya sea consola o PC. La verdad está muy divertido, tiene muchísimas cosas para hacer, tiene muchísimas historias para desbloquear. Hay 24, ya he desbloqueado una de cada para desbloquear el final, que era lo que me interesaba. Luego ya cogeré y desbloquearé las siguientes porque me gusta la historia. Así que, pues nada, un placer haberos tenido por aquí por el canal. Espero que hayáis disfrutado de esta gran aventura, de estas historias que nos contaba nuestro querido amigo Reinardo. Así que nada, aquí cerramos esta serie y nos vemos en próximas en el canal. Hasta la próxima.